What is up, my friendos with Cheetos and fiendos with Doritos, and welcome back to another episode of Half Baked, the official. I'm going to skip this intro because I'm so excited. So last week on Facebook, Jackbox posted these 3 cryptic refrigerator magnet type puzzles hinting at the 5th and final game for Jackbox Party Pack 7. The answers to these questions, of course, are Everything Bagels, the Iraq War, and Meryl Streep. So what does this mean? It means that the 5th game for Party Pack 7 is Blather Round, a game about, well, I guess I could try to explain it poorly, or I could read you the official Jackbox article about it on their blog, which is what I'm going to do now instead of trying to blather my way through the explanation. So, the article reads, and I'll post a link for this in the description down below if you would like to read along or perhaps read it at your own pace after the video. You know that movie where the girl does the thing, and then the guy's like, what? And he has brown hair and dies? Okay, fine. But do you know that feeling when you're trying to describe something and you can't find the right words? We turn that feeling into a game. Introducing the final game in Party Pack 7, Blather Round. Blather Round is pop culture meets creativity meets grammar meets jazz? First, you pluck a prompt from a mini lineup of options. Grilled cheese may rub shoulders with Zendaya and Starbucks bathroom. When it's your turn to present, you build sentences to describe the prompt, but you have a very limited vocabulary. As time goes on, you have access to more complex, kooky, and descriptive words. While you make sentences, everyone else submits guesses. You can incorporate your favorite guesses into some of those sentences, and it's all happening in real time. The faster someone guesses the answer correctly, the more points both you and the guesser will receive. At the end of each turn, you can trade in your points for cash. Just kidding, we're not doing that. At the end of each turn, what you actually get is a snapshot of a funny, unexpected way of describing the world. Wow. Sometimes the end result feels like a haunting, beautiful poem. Sometimes it's a baffling string of garbage. I think that one's probably going to be more frequent, but whatever. Either way, it's a laugh. And then they say we'll have more info on Blather Round soon, as well as updates on the other 4 games they've announced. So, how will the gameplay work for this game? Well, I'm glad you asked, internet person, because they posted some in the video they posted in the article. They showed how this is going to work more in depth. So basically, at the beginning of each round, or maybe like everyone will get a turn to be the presenter or something. The presenter will get a mini, as it said in the article, a mini lineup of topics. So you have a choice of what your topic is, which I guess could be a potential concern if you got picked a topic that either you didn't know what it was or everyone in your group didn't know what it was. So you have 3 to choose from, so you can probably pick either the best one for your group or the easiest one. And then you'll get a sentence like this on the screen where it says like it's about a blanky blank, and then you get to like fill in the blanks with these adjectives or nouns or whatever, and they seem very limited, so that will kind of make it difficult. But then you can create multiple sentences as the game goes on, and it looked like there was a timer for 2 minutes in the game, so there's a limited time frame for this, and as you're writing down stuff, other people will be guessing, and like it said in the article, if someone has a really good guess, you can incorporate that into one of your sentences to try to get closer to the actual answer. And then you and the person that guesses your answer will both get points, and the quicker that happens, the better. And it seemed like other people could get a small amount of points for doing other things, but it really seems like the guessing and the hint giving are the main point scoring focal points of this game. And this, it seems like it's encouraging communication outside of the game, kind of like in Faking It or Push the Button, where you're interacting with people outside of the screen, which is nice, just because those games seem to be the most funnest when you like actually interact with the other people and you get to talk out loud with your friends in a room instead of just silently texting each other. That is one of my favorite parts about Monster Seeking Monsters, that you're talking with everyone, but it's just dead silent in the room while you're doing that. So that's funny. So what are the implications of Blather Round for this pack? Well, I've noticed one similarity with another game already revealed to be released with this pack, and that is Talking Points. Both of these games are about effectively communicating when the circumstances are really trying to prevent that. Blather Round, of course, is about trying to get people to guess a pop culture reference that you have, and you're conveying it with poorly constructed sentences, whereas Talking Points is just about you looking like an ass giving a presentation that you don't know what's on it or what you're presenting on, and the person to your right is actually controlling the slides coming up. So both of these games seem to be about good fun in trying to communicate ideas. I hope they are both good. I am just worried that one might be more fun than the other, making the other one feel like it should have been released in a different pack. But of course, I don't actually know the full extent of both gameplays. This is just my preliminary thoughts. I do think it's interesting that they are choosing to release two games about talking to your friends who are presumably in the same room as you during a time of global pandemic, because most of my Jackbox nights for the past, July, since March, have been over Zoom. And I'm not saying these games can't work over Zoom. I just think it'll be interesting. Who knows? Maybe by October, who am I kidding? Yeah, shit isn't getting better by October. So, yeah, that's just a thought to think about. Of course, both of these games will appeal to different people. Talking Points will probably be good for people like me that are very comfortable looking like an ass and kind of have some improvisational skills and can just talk out of their ass on the fly. Whereas Blather Round might be better for more straightforward people, if that makes sense. So I get that they're similar games, but they will appeal to very different people, I think. But they look incredibly humorous and enjoyable, which is fun. Earlier in my Joke Boat podcast, maybe I'll put a card up in the top so you can go watch that after this, I talked about how Jackbox is at its best when they're doing weird shit and making a variety of different games. These two games are a step in the right direction for that department. So now we have a complete look of Party Pack 7. We know all 5 games that are going to be released in it. And I am not going to talk about that in this video. That is going to be a separate podcast where I talk about the ramifications. I don't even know if that's the right word. The potential potential possibilities, that's the word, for what this pack means and how it's going to impact the overall Jackbox lineup. And that will probably be coming out a little bit later this year, just because I want them to release a little bit more information about each game. Speaking of which, on Tuesday, we're getting a first look at Champed Up by some YouTube person that does Jackbox. So go watch that. They also posted a first look at Quiplash 3 last week, which I actually have not watched yet because it's Quiplash. So maybe I'll go watch that after this video. I need to be informed about the topics I'm pretending to be informed about when informing other people on the internet. So anyway, that's my video. Thank you for watching. I'll post the links for the Blather Round article and video in the description below. So if you want more information, well, I don't know how you'd get more information since I basically already gave it to you, but the gameplay video was very informative, I would say. So if anything I said didn't make sense, go watch that video. Anyways, that's it for this video. Why don't you blather around that subscribe button, if you will. All right. Peace.